San Diego Chargers. Today's game is brought to you by Murphy Stadium. A very hot afternoon as we welcome you, Jay Randolph, to call the play, and alongside gentleman who played in this league for a long time, Bob Chandler. Good to have you with us. How about San Diego?
Well, Jay, San Diego, even in this early stage of the season, has their back up against the wall. They've been scoring points, but the teams they've been playing against have been scoring a few more points. So they've got to do something today defensively. They've been masquerading at times.
Comes down, and it's going to be taken by Andre Young, the man to the near sideline. Young is across the 20 and spun down at the 25-yard line. Making the stop, number 51, Eddie Jackson, the reserve linebacker. Fouts will start at quarterback with James Brooks and Chuck Muncie. The receivers, a real troika. Joyner, Chandler, and Winslow. Don Masick in the middle with McKnight and White, Shields and Gissinger. The Chargers with Eric Sievers, the extra tight end, in there. He's going in motion. Fouts on first down. He gets it out to Wes Chandler. Chandler's over the 30, out to the 31-yard line. Chandler stopped by Clay Matthews, the right outside linebacker, number 57. The defensive unit for the Cleveland Browns with Camp, Golick, and Baldwin.
To the 32-yard line.
The linebackers, Banks, Ambrose. Talented Tom Cousineau and Clay Matthews. Brazil, Dixon, Burrell, and Whitwell in the secondary. Second down along 2. I formation with a flanker set to the right side, and Chuck Muncie has the first down and more. Whitwell, the free safety, number 21, came up to make the play. Muncie with 229 yards coming into today's game and a 5.2 rushing average. First down.
The Chargers, first down.
Pete Holohan out of Notre Dame. The third-year man, number 88, is now in there for the Chargers as a tight end. There's 51-year-old Sam Ratigliano, born in Brooklyn, New York, and across from him, Donald David Coryell. He'll be 59 on October the 11th. That was Holohan in motion. They swing it out to Muncie. Muncie's across the 40, up the sideline and out of bounds just short of the midfield stripe. And for Dixon, number 29, making the tackle. Muncie has 3 touchdowns. He had caught 5 passes for 65 yards coming into today's game.
Tackle by number 29.
Here, Jay, he's just swinging out to the side out here. San Diego's showing us their penchant for throwing on first down. First down is a big play because it keeps you, if you pick up 5 to 7 yards like they've been doing here, it keeps you out of a situation substitution. Cleveland has to keep in their running people and their passing people.
Fouts starting the day with some remarkable statistics we'll be talking about. There's Muncie getting the call again, and he moves into Cleveland territory. Bob Golick, the noseman, 79. Reggie Camp, 96, make the tackle at the 48-yard line. Fouts has 32 300-yard games. Last week, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. In his career now, 169 TD passes. A first down at the 48-yard line. And a quick pitch back to the single set. Muncie trying to get outside, does. And he crashes down to the 40-yard line, just short of the first down. Whitwell, 21, and Cousineau, 50, making the stop.
Number 21.
The Browns on Thursday the 15th shut out Cincinnati for 3 quarters. Won at 17-7 at Riverfront Stadium. And last Sunday the Chargers lost at Seattle 34-31. San Diego 1-2. The Browns 2-1. At the 40-yard line, second down and 2. Fouts out of Oregon in his 11th season. Joyner in the slot to the right side. Muncie stacked up. It looks like he did not get the first down. Chip Banks, number 56, the outside linebacker on the left side, making the play. There's Banks, played at USC. An All-American there.
Jay, San Diego's trying to mix it up pretty well right now. They're giving us a little bit of their throwing game. They're also trying to keep the ball on the ground. This would be a great opportunity for them to try and strike with a big play. Cleveland will have their run-oriented people in there, and it's a good opportunity to put the ball up in the air.
All right, the ball just inside the 40-yard line. Third down, and bouncing through is Muncy. And he's got the first down, I believe, as he is very, very close to the 37-yard line. Banks again, number 56 on the tackle. And referee Bob Frederick indicates first down. Oh, a very impressive opening drive so far for the San Diego Chargers.
Well, Coryell didn't agree with me on this. He decided to keep the ball on the ground. And Muncy's at 225, 30 pounds. Is a tough back to bring down without him falling forward for a couple of extra yards.
Bob, some people feel, some observers, that Coryell has been a bit too conservative in this young season. We'll develop that in a little while. Coming in motion, that was Wes Chandler. Fouts over the middle, and the catch is Joyner at the 25. Joyner, you saw at the top of the show that circus catch against Seattle last week. He made a dandy there, and Clay Matthews, 57, on the tackle.
In a first down situation like this, you're going to catch Cleveland in a zone defense. What they do, and Joyner is so smart at this, it just finds that little seam in between the linebackers there and makes the catch. And watch Dan Fouts. He drops back. It's a three-step drop. He gets back, and he lets the ball go. That's why a lot of teams figure they can't get to Fouts.
Fouts is 3 for 3 for 29 yards. And there's the pitch to James Brooks, the first time he's had the call, and he is taken out of bounds on a fine play by Cousineau over along the sideline. Cousineau, big number 50, making the play. Brooks starts the day with a 5.2 rushing average.
James Brooks is probably as an explosive runner as there is in the game. He's wanting a little more playing time. He wishes he could carry the ball a little bit more. But this San Diego team, which is very unique, they have so many stars. They're a very unselfish team, and they have to spread that ball around a little bit.
Ball just inside the 25-yard line. Going in motion, that's Holohan, the tight end. Fouts going long and incomplete. Wes Chandler had it for a moment, couldn't hold it. Larry Brazil did a good job back there, along with Mike Whitwell. Brazil 47 and Whitwell 21. They helped dislodge that ball.
Brazil and Whitwell did a great job here. What they do, Fouts read that on a pre-snap look, saw that the corner was playing outside Wes Chandler, and tried to hit him on that seam. Wes will usually make that catch. So he had to wait for the ball just a little bit.
Was that interference?
Well, it looked like it. Brazil may have got a hand in there and knocked the ball out.
Spoken by a fine wide receiver. Third down. Cleveland offside. Cleveland in their prevent defense in the nickel.
See, Fouts did a great thing on that. A veteran quarterback will do that. They heard whistles, but occasionally the play is not whistled dead. He went ahead with the play. It's sometimes a way to pick up a cheap touchdown.
A free play, they call it. It's going to cost the Cleveland Browns 5 yards. 10:09 to play in the first quarter. No score. With Bob Chandler, Jay Randolph, the first penalty of the game. Bob Frederick, the referee.
Encroachment, number 96 on the defense. Third down.
John Keck, Jerry Bergman, Ray Dodaz. Bill Swanson, Gary Lane, and Don Hakes completing the officiating crew today. Third down, 5. Ball at the 19-yard line. Fouts going to go upstairs, going long, and it's Chandler out of the end zone. Larry Brazil had the coverage. He was right there with him. The catch made right along the line. And Ralph Benershka, the field goal kicking unit, coming on.
Dan's timing was a little bit off on that. They got the ideal situation they look for is Wes Chandler on a one-on-one situation with Larry Brazil. The ball was thrown just a hair late. Chandler once again had to slow up for a little bit. Brazil was able to make the coverage.
The ball will be spotted at the 28-yard line. A 38-yard field goal. Benershka out of Cal Davis. 72-7. His field goal percentage tops in the NFL of the active kickers. It is good. Field goal by Ralph Benershka. And the first score of this game at 9:59 left to play. First quarter. Benershka puts San Diego on top 3-0. San Diego leading at 3-0. 12 plays, 56 yards. The field goal officially a 37-yarder. Benershka will kick off. Benershka, of course, quite a story, coming back from the Crohn's disease. His dad works at the San Diego Zoo here. His great family. Dwight Walker and Boyce Green. Walker 42 and Green 30 back to receive the kick from Benershka. And this is a boomer coming down to Walker. He's going to come out with it at the 10. In trouble, got away from one man and got across the 15 near the 18-yard line. The Chargers number 52, Ray Preston, making the tackle. First opportunity to take a look at Sam Ritigliano's Browns on offense this afternoon. Brian Sipe will be the quarterback with Dwight Walker and talented Mike Pruitt. The wide receivers, Jones, Logan, and Newsom. Mike Babb is at center with Jackson, DeLamalure, Cody Risen, and Doug Deacon. And now we look out, Willis Adams, number 80, is in there with Bobby Jones as the wide receivers. Adams, number 80. Handoff going to Walker. Not much for him. Tackle made by Keith Ferguson, number 76. The Chargers on defense. Ferguson, Ackerman, and Gary Big Hands Johnson along the line. King, Green, Smith, and Woody Lowe are the linebackers. And a very young secondary. The two rookies, Bird and Walters, on the outside. Greger and Fox. Wide receivers set to the near side. That was Newsom going in motion. The handoff to Pruitt. Pruitt spinning up the side. And they did a good job of swarming on him as he got to the 23-yard line. Leading the way, Tim Fox, number 48, the free safety. The Browns
Pick up 2 yards down the way.
Well, we get a word that is not too good for the Chargers. Eric Sievers broke his nose on the second play of the game, and he is not expected to play anymore today. Sievers coming off a very fine game, Bob Chandler, last week.
Yeah, he'll be sorely missed today, Jay, if he in fact can't come back.
Louis Kelcher comes in at the nose spot now to replace Ackerman on 3rd down 6. Looked like the Chargers were offside as Sipe gets ripped down, making the play.
We're getting back into that whistle blowing again. You know, when you hear it's a dangerous time because when that whistle blows, some players stop, some players continue on. Sipe gets hit pretty hard here from the backside, and probably because somebody stopped after hearing the whistle.
That was Tim Fox coming in on a safety blitz. The penalty goes against the Chargers.
Offside, defense, number 79.
Gary Johnson was the man who jumped off. And now the Browns send Johnny Davis, number 38, in, and Bob Jones goes out. They put another tight end in there, so they're going to go with a short yardage situation, 3rd and 1. There's the Browns' 3rd down efficiency at the moment. 8:20 to go, first quarter. 3-0 San Diego. Hand off to Pruitt, and he's got plenty. First down. Gain out to the 33-yard line. Pruitt starts the day with a 4.8 rushing average, 3 touchdowns. Walters, number 23, made the tackle.
Cleveland feels that they can run the ball on San Diego, but they don't want to just stick primarily on the ground. They feel that they have to score points. They're not trying to accumulate, as Sam said in our interview with him, he's not trying to accumulate first downs or time of possessions. To beat the Chargers, you have to attack them and you have to score.
Chargers now have Bird and McPherson, Greger and Fox in the secondary. On first down, Sipe in trouble. Comes out of there, throws and completes it to Pruitt. And Pruitt was hit immediately. After all that, a gain of about 2 yards on the play. Lyndon King, the left outside linebacker, number 57. He did a good job of staying at home.
He sure did. There was good coverage by San Diego secondary there. Sipe, the one thing he can do probably a little better than Dan Fouts is stand in that pocket, then move out if he has to, if he's pressured. He did that there and hit his secondary receiver coming up underneath.
Pruitt has been involved in just about every play. He always is, it seems like. Sipe, number 17, born here in San Diego. Went to Grossmont High School. And here's the give to Bobby Jones. Jones is over the 40, 45, midfield, still going, cuts back against the grain and gets down to the 44-yard line of the Chargers. Some nice work by Bobby Jones, the 5-year man. He was traded over from the Jets. They said he wasn't going to start there. Fox, 48 on the tackle.
You know, Jay, Bobby Jones is not one of the fastest receivers in the game, but Cleveland felt the young linebackers of San Diego, Smith and Green, along with King and Lowe, they over-pursue. They felt that nobody would stay at home, and they thought that that play could work. They worked on that all week, and here we see Bobby coming. Now, what's happening, when they gave the play-action fake in the line of scrimmage, the flow went that way, and Bobby had a pretty clear route down the left-hand side of your screen.
David Logan, 85 in the game. He and Jones are to the far side as Pruitt gets it, and he got it. Bob Greger, the strong safety, out of the University of Washington, number 43. Fellow's been injured much of his career. He makes a very fine defensive play there for the Chargers.
Talking to Jim Wagstaff, their defensive secondary coach, before the game, he said that defensively they feel pretty good, even though they've had points scored on him, and that they have to, what he felt they have to do was do more little tricks and stunts. And what Greger did there, he reads run and he reacts very quickly. He's up on the line of scrimmage and he's able to stop that run.
A loss of 7 yards on the play. That's Logan going to the top of the screen. We look in at Brian Sipe, played for Don Coryell at San Diego State. That's Jones going in motion to the far side, and Sipe has time. Over the middle, he throws, and he got it in there at the 40-yard line. He threw it in between two defenders to Bobby Jones. Ray Smith, number 54, was there, and now they wave it off. One official on the play said yes, another said no.
Yeah, it's a tough catch. Sipe gets good protection here. He drops back in the pocket. And once again, it's a zone defense. He just picks the little hole in the seam right there to Bobby Jones coming across. It's a tough area for a receiver to run on that dirt.
It's a good call. The ball did bounce out of there.
It sure did. It's tough to make cuts. It's tough to be sharp when you're playing on that dirt, that baseball infield. And plus, you get real dirty.
3rd and 17. Dwight Walker, number 42 in there. Adams, 80. Logan, 85. Jones, 89. They're spread out. And Sipe goes to Logan. Logan's got a first down. Logan down at the 33-yard line. David Logan, who's coming back from the injury, of course, the off-season basketball injury, broke a leg. Great athlete from the University of Colorado. Gil Bird, 22 on the tackle.
Gil Bird actually had him covered pretty well here. What he is a victim of is this bad grass. The field is so hard. He slipped a little bit. You couldn't quite catch it, but as Dave Logan turned to make his hook, Gil Bird slipped down a little bit, lost a step, and enabled Dave to make the catch.
Gene Klein, the owner of the Chargers, has called the condition of the playing field disgraceful. They had a rock concert in here a week ago last Saturday and really tore the place up. They are going to seed new grass in here, we're told, tomorrow. Jones and Logan come to the near side. It's a first down. The Browns moving. Sipe double pumps and throws, and it's incomplete. He was going for Harry Holt, the rookie tight end from Arizona. Holt had a catchable ball, but couldn't hold on against the linebacker, Lyndon King, number 57. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Diego Chargers and the NFL is prohibited. Pruitt and Davis are in now, and Harry Holt has gone out. Newsom, 82, the tight end, with Jones, 89, and David Logan, 85. Sam Ritigliano has a master's from Columbia. Bright, energetic gentleman. Second down, and Sipe on a delay to Pruitt. Pruitt on the infield, can't find much. Gets to the 32-yard line. Mike Green, the rookie linebacker, number 58, making the play. A lot of rookies in this defensive unit.
We're going to see Pruitt a lot today. They're going to use him. They want him to carry the ball 20, 25 times a game. A 2nd and 10 situation, they don't expect to pick up 10 yards, but they're trying to get the 4 or 5. San Diego did a good job defensively there.
This drive has taken more than 6 minutes. They've moved down from the 18 in the last point. Type 2 for 4. 22 yards, 3rd down and 9. Adams, Jones, and Logan are all in there. Sipe being rushed, throws, Logan. Logan almost got away to score. He got inside the 20 for the first down at the 16-yard line, and Miles McPherson, number 24, saved the touchdown.
Okay, this is a great example of their new quick-hitting offense. Sipes takes a 5-step drop and lets the ball go. Logan hadn't even made his turn while that ball was halfway in the air. The pattern as a receiver doesn't have to be that great when you're working on timing like that. The defensive back has virtually no chance, and Danny Walters had him in a good position, had him covered, but with the good timing and a good throw, it's impossible to stop.
2 tight ends are there now, Newsome and Harry Holt. Jones and Logan also in the game. And Sipe going to throw on first down. He's got all kinds of time. He throws, and Logan at the 5, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Well, if they give him that much time, Bob Chandler, it'll be tough. Lyndon King, the linebacker, 57 on the tackle. It'll be 1st and goal to go at the 4-yard line.
It is tough. Dave is what you'd consider a lateral receiver, Get down inside the 20-yard line. A lateral receiver can make those kind of catches. He's 6'4", 6'5". He's a big target. He can go up top, and he's really dangerous down inside that area.
What's the difference between a lateral and a vertical receiver?
Well, a lateral receiver is a slow guy like myself. A vertical receiver is some guy that can get down the field and put the fear in defensive backfield.
1st and goal. Going to the right side, Jones. Logan is to the left. They've got Hall and Pruitt in there, and that's Pruitt. Pruitt may have gotten 1. Louis Kelcher, big number 74, who has been re-signed and is being reworked and has his body down to about 305 pounds, made the tackle. There is Louis, 9-year veteran from SMU. Flashing the signals from the sideline.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting. Both teams will do that. They'll flash the signals in. Sipe for Cleveland will turn around, pick them up, and communicate them to the rest of the team.
Jones and Logan set to the left side. Sipe, penalty marker down. Sipe throws, and he's got a touchdown if it stands. That was Ozzie Newsome. Well, we'll wait and see. Their penalty markers are down. Illegal procedure against Cleveland, wipes out the touchdown. So the toss from Sipe to Newsome is wiped out here.
Illegal motion on the offense, number 89.
Call 1 against Bobby Jones, the 5-year man. Lives in Youngstown, Ohio.
As a wide receiver, it is tough, especially when there's a little bit of noise. You really never hear the signal, so you have to watch. You have to turn your head in. You have to look at the line of scrimmage. And it happens occasionally when you get offsides, but it's only because the receiver really isn't paying attention.
2nd down, goal to go at the 8-yard line. Again, 2 wide receivers. Jones and Logan come to the near side. Brian Sipe looking out at the defense of the Chargers. Sipe again over the middle. This throw is behind. Wait a minute, a flag is thrown. Ozzie Newsome. The ball was thrown behind Newsome. I don't think he had an opportunity to catch it. Bob Greger, the strong safety, called for interference.
Defensive pass interference in the end zone, number 43. It'll be 1st down and goal at the 1-yard line.
That's a tough area, Jay. You know, Sipe has so much time to throw. You're asking a guy, Bob Greger, to do an impossible job. Ozzie Newsome is quick. He's big. There's really no way you can prevent him if the quarterback has that much time to throw the ball from scoring a touchdown.
Pruitt and Davis behind Sipe. 1st and goal. And that's Pruitt. And it's a touchdown. Cleveland scores. For Pruitt, his 4th touchdown of the season. And a very impressive march down the field here at Jack Murphy Stadium.
It really was. Cleveland feels their bread and butter is their offensive line. And here we can see him getting a good surge. And Pruitt is also a big back like Muncy, and it's tough when you get down in there when you're running behind a very, very competent offensive line like Cleveland's to keep them from making that extra foot or yard.
Matt Barr will attempt the point after. He's right on the shaved infield there, as you see. He boots it up. It is good. Paul McDonald doing the holding. So we've got a timeout with 46 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. The Browns lead San Diego 7-3. 46 seconds left in this first quarter. Both clubs have had the possession once for the offense, and both have put scores on the board. In a very quick quarter, Bruce Laird is back to receive the kick from Matt Barr. Barr booms it downfield. Laird at the goal line, coming out with it at the 10, 15. Gets to the 22-yard line, and that's as far as he's going to go. Laird has just been working out on returns this week. A 22-yard return. Tom Straka, number 87, made the tackle. We'll be back with more from San Diego in just a moment. Word had been passed along that that man with a nose taped up, Eric Sievers, a broken nose, wasn't going to come back, but he's back in there, Bob.
He is. You know, players don't want to miss that game once it starts, and you know, it's hard to believe, but he probably doesn't even feel it right now. He won't start feeling it till probably around 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And I saw him in the press book, Jay, and he was too pretty anyway. This helps him out a little bit.
Charlie Joyner took that last pass from Dan Fouts. Rod Perry, number 40, made the play. Perry often used as the nickel back in there. It's 2nd down and 1 up at the 30-yard line. Last play of the first quarter right here. Chuck Muncy threw for the first down. Clay Matthews, number 57, on the tackle. And a little dancing out of there. So we come to the end of the first quarter here at Jack Murphy Stadium. Cleveland leads San Diego 7-3. Grogan had a big day. New England beat Pittsburgh. Miami 14-6 over Kansas City. Dallas by 1 over New Orleans. Cincinnati defeats Tampa Bay 23-17. First down for the Chargers. Ball at the 33-yard line. Fouts goes to the far sideline, and it is complete at the 40-yard line to Wes Chandler. Clarence Scott, 22, had the coverage. Chandler, 1 touchdown. Hurt his ankle in minicamp. Hasn't really been quite up to par. Looked very sharp here.
He sure did. They say he's 80%, but he looked a little better than that here. It's a great throw by Fouts. They catch him in a zone over here. The up man underneath him has to come up. You see him leave there in the picture, and coming over is the safety. And it's a little seam in there. You have to hit it quick, and the timing has to be perfect.
Ball just inside the 40-yard line. A first down for the Chargers. Opening moment of the second period. Out to Brooks. And he couldn't handle it as there was pressure from Chip Banks, number 56. A couple of more scores to give you. St. Louis behind their great veteran Jim Hart, who threw 2 touchdown passes, defeat Philadelphia. Buffalo 30-13 over Houston. And Minnesota 20-17 over Detroit. Baltimore in the third quarter. Frank Cush's bunch leading Chicago. 2nd down. Fouts hands it off to Muncy. Muncy getting down to the 35. Rod Perry, number 40, making the stop. San Diego's Chargers ranked 8th in rushing and 1st in passing. 4 yards.
One of the jobs that a receiver hates to do, but he has to, is block. Here we see Charlie going down the field. Usually you never get the best of the defensive back. Here he kind of put a stranglehold on him there. I used to do that a few times myself. But that's a very important part of the game. And Charlie, even the veteran that he is down the field hustling all the time.
The Browns go into their nickel on 3rd down and a long 5. And Fouts is going to put it up. Fouts throwing, and it's complete. That is Kellen Winslow. Kellen sneaking out of there. Had Larry Brazil right there with him, number 47. A fine catch by the former Missouri star. Winslow has the first down for the Chargers.
Yeah, Kellen Winslow stayed in, like you said. He snuck out. He stayed in and blocked for a while, saw that he could release when his man stayed on him and didn't come. And it's tough when Dan Fouts, we keep saying that, but Fouts is having a lot of time to throw, and Cleveland has to get to him. They have to attack the quarterback and attack that pocket to stop him.
Neither one of these clubs have put much pressure on the quarterback yet today. First down. Second man through is Muncie, and nothing doing as Clay Matthews, number 57, and Chip Banks, number 56, the two outside linebackers pinching in to make the play.
That's that tough area of the field where you really get no footing. Muncie is a pretty sure-footed player, but you're down on that dirt. The field is so hard that players are experimenting with what kinds of shoes to wear, and a lot of them are wearing what they call artificial turf shoes. Well, the players actually call this Astro Grass anyway, so it's a combination shoe that they'll try to find here that works.
I heard they changed that this week with the shape this field is in to Astro Dirt. Fouts. Throwing and overthrowing. He was trying to get it to Eric Sievers, number 85. Coverage back there by Bob Golick, the nose tackle, and also Reggie Camp, 96, was putting some pressure on at the end.
A great thing that people can watch Dan Fouts do on coming pass plays during the rest of the day is he'll pump fake. A lot of quarterbacks don't do that. A lot of quarterbacks will zero in on the receiver they're going to go to, and that's a big advantage for defensive backs. Fouts looks people off real well, pump fakes, and then comes back the other direction.
Third down and 9 at the 23-yard line. Wes Chandler set wide to the right, Joyner to the left side. Single setback behind Fouts. Chandler comes in motion. Fouts throwing over the middle, and it is incomplete. Chandler had it momentarily, and boy, did he take a shot from Mike Whitwell. And Chandler is down at the goal line. Fouts now 6 for 12, 77 yards. And what a hit the 6-year veteran from Florida took.
Well, Don Coryell, by his own admission, has said that Wes Chandler is completely fearless. Well, in this offense, you have to be, because they try and hit the seams with little regard for where the defensive backs are. Wes Chandler picks it up. He's concentrating on the ball. He has no idea that he's going to get hit like that. And it's a tough, tough thing for a receiver to do. I mean, he takes a real shot there.
All right, we'll take a timeout with 12 and a half to play in the second period. Wes Chandler came off under his own power. We've got a field goal attempt coming up from the 31-yard line. Benershka earlier kicked a 37-yarder. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Ed Luther to hold off the dirt, and it is no good. That's a tough spot to kick it off that dirt from that distance. The 41-yard attempt is no good. And we have 12:29 remaining to be played. Here's a look at it again.
Yeah, there's really probably no tougher situation for a kicker than trying to get some footing and be solid on the dirt, and it's a tough area for Benershka. When you're running, Jay, that short set, quick hitting offense, oftentimes you're going to be throwing into coverage, which Dan does here. They have a split second, they try to hit it. The thing that I question is that they really ask the receivers to take some unbelievable shots in this offense, and I've seen Wes Chandler take several of those. And the thing that's amazing about him is he gets up and he'll be back in there probably the next set of downs.
They leave those guys out to dry on occasion, don't they? Here's Pruitt, and he got maybe a yard. Bob Greger, the strong safety, number 43, making the play along with Billy Ray Smith, number 54. We'll credit him with about 2 yards on the play, out to the 25-yard line. 12 minutes to play here in the first half. 7-3, the Browns lead it. Benershka kicked a 37-yard field goal, and Cleveland drove 82 yards. Pruitt scoring from 1 yard out. Jones and Logan are the wide receivers. Ozzie Newsome and Harry Holt, two tight ends in there, and Sipe's going to throw, and he's got a lot of time, bails it out to Pruitt. Pruitt gets to the 27. And a nice job of open field tackling by Gil Bird, the rookie from San Jose, number 22. Pruitt was out there unattended. There's Bird. He impressed right off the bat when he came to minicamp, and he's a #1 draft choice, and they put him right in and said, "You're starting, young man."
Okay. You know, another #1 choice for them is Billy Ray Smith, and here we see him in coverage. Now, Sipe is getting so much time to throw here. It's an impossible job for linebackers like Billy Ray Smith or Gil Byrd, number 22, to have good coverage, but Smith does it here. That was a question mark on him, whether he could cover down the field, and he showed us there that he was pretty good at it.
Third down, 6. Adams, Jones, and Logan are all in there. And Sipe has time, and he throws, and it is very close to a first down. Ozzie Newsome got the call. Billy Ray Smith made the tackle. And did he get over the line? Let's see where they place it down. Very close to a first down. First down. Here's Billy Ray Smith, great All-American from Arkansas.
He's covering Ozzie Newsome here, and like we had mentioned on the goal line earlier, there's no tougher job. Ozzie pushes off a little bit, gives himself a foot, and he's got him on that dirt area where it's real tough to drive back in at the receiver.
Ozzie Newsome in his 6th year against the rookie. The Browns are 4 for 4 on their third down conversions in this game.
I was going to say, you can push off like that if the referees and the officials are in the right spot.
Logan to the far side. Jones here on the near side. The call to Pruitt. And Pruitt is to the 37. Pruitt, the number 1 draft choice in '76. 38 career touchdowns now with his TD today. Tackle made by Gary Johnson, number 79. Also, number 90, Bill Elko, who is now playing the nose position, a rookie from LSU, made the play. There's Don Coryell, born in Seattle, Washington, a World War II paratrooper. A very intense, talented coach. Second down and 6 from the 38. Sipe using a little play action, rolls and throws and completes. That's Ozzie Newsome at midfield. He's run out of bounds. Well, Sipe has been looking to Newsome in the clutch today, and he's been making it happen. It's a first down at midfield as we get an end zone view of this one.
Well, they seem to be trying to cover Newsome with linebackers, and if he can get him in a situation where he has him one-on-one, it's almost impossible to do. Sipe is once again getting great time. Newsome runs the quick out and turns it up as well. He tries to turn it up. So Coryell is a paratrooper. So his fascination with the air has been going on for a long time.
Long time, that's right. Adams 80, Logan 85 are in there, Newsome 82 and Holt 81. Single setback, Pruitt. And Pruitt getting the call. Going through, got a good block from number 64, Joe DeLamalure. And he got very close to the 46-yard line. Tackle made by Woodrow Lowe, number 51, and Billy Ray Smith, number 54. The ball just shy of the 45-yard line.
Joe DeLamalure is a great guy to follow around those sweeps. He led for many years for O.J. Simpson.
He and Reggie McKenzie used to loose the juice in Buffalo, didn't they?
They sure did.
Buffalo a big winner today over the Houston Oilers. Their new coach, Kay Stevenson, doing a nice job up there. Logan has come to the near sideline. Adams goes to the far side. Second down, 6. Pruitt close to the first down at the 40-yard line. Billy Ray Smith again, number 54, and Bill Elko, number 90. A couple of rookies making the play. It's Elko, their number 90. Interesting about Elko, and I'll mention something about him in a moment as we look at Pruitt. His school, Purdue, finally got a victory yesterday. He's second in the AFC rushing with 314 yards. There's Elko. He is Frank Cush's nephew. Cush, of course, the coach of the Baltimore Colts. Third down conversions to this point in the proceedings. 3rd and 1. Both Pruitt and Davis are in the backfield now. Pruitt, and second effort got it for him. Pruitt was stopped cold, but he got across the 40 and picked up the first down. Gil Byrd, number 22, in under the pile. They are 5 for 5 now in third down conversions. Perfect on the day.
This is a great second effort by Pruitt. He gets stopped on his initial surge, and then just sticking behind those big linemen, plunges forward to make the first down. San Diego has had this year so far, it's been kind of a bend but don't break attitude on their defense. Teams have moved down the field on them. And although Cleveland is not doing it intentionally, their time of possession is probably twice what San Diego's is right now.
Adams at the top of the screen. Logan on the near sideline. Penalty markers are down. Pruitt still going inside the 30-yard line, getting down to the 28. Billy Ray Smith made the tackle, but we'll wait and see what the penalty marker is all about here. The referee, Bob Frederick, talking things over. The line judge there. Offside against the San Diego Chargers. So it's an excellent run on the part of Pruitt, who didn't give up, and he made it happen.
We've used this example so far now 3 times today, where we see flags thrown, we see the whistle, we hear the whistle start to blow. Pruitt just ignores all of that and continues on his plight toward a 10-yard run here, and it's a great individual effort again by Pruitt. And there's a few missed tackles there also.
Penalty is declined, and it gives the first down to Cleveland at the 28-yard line. Cleveland ranking 9th in rushing in the AFC, averaging 4.2, 7th on the offense overall, 5th in passing, 63%. Coming into today's game, the Browns had scored 69 points, San Diego 77. Pruitt with all kinds of time, and he throws, and it's complete at the 11-yard line to Willis Adams. Adams, the 4-year man from Houston, got his first touchdown pass of this season and his career recently. Danny Walters, number 23, the rookie right corner, made the tackle.
Sounds like a broken record, but if Brian Sipe can get the time, he can hurt you. And here he does to Willis Adams. Finds the hole in the zone. He sits down right there, makes the catch, caught it in his hands, which is, when you're that wide open, you have a tendency to tighten up a little bit and try and catch the ball in your body, and that's when receivers drop him occasionally. He kept his hands up there, and he made the catch in his hands, which is the safest way to do it.
Browns leading 7-3. 6 minutes left in the second period. Cleveland driving one more time here, and Sipe falls down, gets up, throws, complete, and a touchdown to Ozzie Newsome. How about that? Brian Sipe fell down, got up, threw an 11-yard touchdown pass to Ozzie Newsome.
I heard about that play this morning, Jay, and you know, it's hard to believe, but that was planned. It looks like it was. Brian gets a little tangled up there, probably threw enough of the secondary people off, and Newsome was able to grab the ball and get inside.
Newsome's 28th career touchdown pass. Bear Bryant called him the best he ever coached. Barr with the extra point. It's up, and it is good. We've got 5 minutes and 54 seconds left to play in the first half. And the Browns have bounced out to a 14-3 advantage here. Sam Ratigliano on the left and Don Coryell on the right. Ratigliano's Browns leading at 14-3 with Bob Chandler, Jay Randolph. Matt Barr kicks off. Brooks at the 2, at the 10, 15, at the 20, at the 22-yard line. He was pulled down. Sam Ratigliano played for General Bob Neyland at Tennessee on their 1951 national championship team. Credit Eddie Johnson, number 51, on that last tackle. And with 5:45 left to go, we're going to take another timeout here as the Browns have the lead over the San Diego Chargers. This game is brought to you by Link. Ball twice, scored twice. Fouts today surpasses John Hadel as the Chargers' all-time pass attempt leader. He now holds 22 Charger records and 7 NFL records, and he pitches this one out to Muncie. Muncie's at the 25-yard line, and for Dixon, the right corner, number 29, making the tackle.
Tackle by number 29, and for Dixon.
We've talked a lot today about the timing in these kind of offenses. I was talking to Roger Carr, who's been on a few teams and seen some different systems, and the one thing that struck him, he said that he has never seen Fouts throw a ball yet while he was running a pattern. He says he has to get his head around real quick because it's coming.
Bobby Duckworth, number 82, has a couple of touchdowns and 7 catches from Arkansas is in the game now. And this at the 32-yard line is again Kellen Winslow. Dixon, number 29, making the tackle. Whitwell, 21, was also there. Winslow I suppose that Bob, as fine a tight end as there is in the game today.
He probably has to work harder to get a pass reception because they found out that to stop Winslow, you have to beat him up at the line of scrimmage. So he has to clear one guy and then be covered by another down the field.
4:50 to go in the second period. 14-3. Cleveland has the lead. Muncie with a football, spun down at the 35-yard line by Dick Ambrose. Ambrose, number 52, Mr. Dependable for the Browns. We understand that Wes Chandler, when he took that shot earlier in the game that Bob commented about, lost one of his teeth, and that tooth went through his lip. Punched a little hole in there. They're going to sew it up, and Chandler is expected to return. That's Wes Chandler, not Bob Chandler. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's right here next to me.
I wouldn't play if anything went through my lip.
Here's one down the sidelines, and that is Duckworth, and there's a penalty marker down. The coverage over there, Clarence Scott, number 22, and also Larry Brazil, 47, and they'll discuss it.
Duckworth is a big play receiver.
Defensive pass interference, number 48. First down.
Well, they called it against Lawrence Johnson, number 48, down the sideline.
Yeah, Duckworth had him by a couple steps. You know, he's a big, tall kid. They think he can get down the field, and they really consider him a big play receiver. He's one of the few Charger receivers that can really get down the field.
Well, the Chargers have a 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of the Browns. The pitch comes to Muncie. Muncie through the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. Cousineau, number 50, on the tackle. Cousineau, of course, the All-American at Ohio State. Iowa upending Ohio State yesterday. Cousineau was originally drafted by Buffalo and went to Canada. Somebody said that he really brings his lunch bucket to lunch with him. He's tough out there. There's Don Coryell, head coach at San Diego State. Had a great record there, 104, 19, and 2 in 12 seasons. 2nd down and 5 at the 29-yard line. Play action, little delay. Now pitch it out the other way. Kellen Winslow. Winslow all the way inside the 15-yard line. Rod Perry, number 40. Mike Whitwell, 21, make the tackle. It's a 1st down for the Chargers, and they're getting their offense untracked a little bit as we look at it ground level.
They sure are. They're sneaking Kellen Winslow around. They try to get him in a place where he won't be beat up and he won't have 2 guys on him. Here they managed to do that, and he's awful tough when he's running in the open field like that at 250 pounds.
Duckworth and Joyner are both coming to the near sideline as we see the end of this play, and the pitch back comes to Muncie. Muncie in a little trouble. Clay Matthews did an excellent job, the linebacker, number 1 draft choice in '78. Right now, let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
This is WKYC TV3 in Cleveland.
Randolph, Cleveland leading at 14-3 here in the second quarter with 2:47 remaining. 2nd down and 10 for the Chargers. They have the ball just inside the Brown 15-yard line. Duckworth to the right and Joyner to the left as Dan Fouts barks them out and pitches it to Muncie. And another fine play. Hanford-Dixon coming up from the right corner spot. The folks here, a sellout crowd of better than 52,000, didn't like the play selection at all.
Well, I think they feel San Diego's being a bit conservative here. They want to see him do what their strength is and throw the ball. It's interesting, whenever they give Chuck Muncie the ball, they get it to him as deep as possible. Although it was a sweep on the last 2 plays, and the one previous to this also, they still want him to be able to have that ball as soon as possible so that he can pick his own holes.
Dallas does that with Mr. Dorsett, and very effectively. 2:10 and counting. Browns in a nickel. 3rd down, 11. Fouts straight back. Pumps. Now throws, and touchdown, Eric Sievers.
Touchdown pass of 15 yards. Dan Fouts, number 85, Eric Sievers, and a Charger touchdown.
Sievers' 3rd touchdown of the season. Number 4 draft choice, played for the Terrapins at the University of Maryland.
You know, there was nothing magical about Eric's route, but what makes it go here is watch Fouts pump right there. It threw the defensive backs off receivers. He cut back inside him and made the touchdown. That is so invaluable when a quarterback has the presence of mind to do that when it counts. That's what made that pass play work.
Fouts is 10 out of 15. 1 touchdown, 118 yards. A minute and 58 to go in the first half as the Chargers come right back. The 2-minute warning is being given, so we'll have the extra point try coming up when we come back. Thank you, Len Berman, and sitting next to me is a fellow who was always happy with Jim Plunkett, Bob Chandler, huh?
Well, Jim is a big play quarterback. He's, I enjoyed him. He's a much maligned quarterback, but he gets the job done, and I'm sure Al Davis is going to stay with him the rest of the year.
Benershka now with the point after, and he boots it up, and it is good. Now we have a minute and 58 seconds officially left to play. 14 to 10 as we look again at the touchdown as Fouts found Eric Sievers over the middle. San Diego's touchdown. There's the time remaining. Benershka will kick off. Dwight Walker, 42, and Boyce Green, number 30, are back to receive the kick. Benershka came here originally after being picked up on waivers from the Oakland Raiders, and he has done an excellent job. That's Green at the 5. He's at the 15, at the 20, cuts it back in, gets to the 30. Oh, he almost broke it out to the near sideline. Fine return to the 35-yard line. Deary Nelson, number 55, the reserve linebacker, made the stop on the rookie from Carson Newman.
5-yard line. A 30-yard return. First and 10 Cleveland. A
minute and 52 left to play in this first half, and a timeout down on the field. So, time for us to take a timeout. It's 14 to 10. The Browns lead the Chargers. Chargers went 78 yards in 8 plays. The 15-yard pass from Fouts to Sievers. Here are the Browns. Sipe is 9 out of 11 for 100 yards and the touchdown pass to Newsom. Pruitt, 13 carries, 32 yards and a touchdown. Adams and Jones, the wide receivers, to the far sideline. Dwight Walker, number 42, carries up to the 40-yard line. And Bob Drager, number 43, making the play. Walker out of Nicholls State, number 4 draft pick. He's quick, outside threat, and they like the way this fella can block, and he can catch the football. Just in his second year, Dwight Walker. Be 2nd down and 6.
They're probably pretty happy with what
They're probably pretty happy with what they're doing, is what you were going to say.
You know, it's an interesting situation. They want to keep attacking. They want to keep moving the ball down the field, but they're looking at the score. They're probably pretty comfortable with what they're doing right now, and they might have a tendency to kind of play it a little tighter to the belt right now.
Ball just inside the 50-yard line as the play came up the near sideline. Sipe to Logan.
You know, for two high-scoring offenses, they really are playing pretty conservative today. It looks like they're feeling each other out. With the exception of that one long pass to Bobby Duckworth, no team has been really going down the field.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Walker getting the call again at the 45, and he did not go out of bounds. The official right on the play at the 42-yard line. Carlos Bradley, number 50, made the stop. Let's go to New York and an NFL update. Thank you, Len Berman. A very interesting confrontation. Chicago's had it clinched for a long time. Baltimore clinches it today. We'll take a timeout here at Jack Murphy Stadium as Sipe talks things over with a minute to play in the first half. Preceding announcement furnished as a public service for the National Football League, and that gentleman there, Dave Logan. Bob Chandler, you should have seen him play basketball. He was a dandy. Played for the Golden Buffaloes of Colorado. Logan going wide to the far side, top of your screen. Adams is also in there with Jones. And Sipe throws over the middle. It's complete at the 30-yard line. Ozzie Newsome. Newsome has been his favorite target here in the first half today. Billy Ray Smith, number 54, on the tackle.
Jay, it shows you why I'm not a coach. Instead of sitting on their lead, they're going to try and put some more points on the board, and that's what Sam really has to do. And he said he had to do that before the game today, is just keep scoring.
Sipe gives it off, and that's Walker on a little delay inside the 25-yard line.
And off number 42.
Timeout called. Mike Green, 58, makes the tackle, and the ball is spotted at the 23-yard line. Clock stopped with half a minute. And one timeout left for the Browns, 3 timeouts left for the Chargers. Well, it's been a very interesting first half. If Cleveland keeps the ball for this final 30 seconds, the Browns will have had it for 17:45, San Diego for 12:15. Here finals, New England over Pittsburgh. A mild upset there, certainly. Miami defeated Kansas City today. Dallas just got by New Orleans in Dallas. Cincinnati with a fine win at Tampa Bay, 23-17. The Cardinals behind their veteran Jim Hart. Neil Lomax with an injured shoulder. Hart rallied them in Philadelphia, 14-11. Buffalo bombing Houston. Minnesota defeating Detroit, 20-17. And Baltimore under Frank Cush in the 4th period, leading Chicago 19-12 at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. The Raiders have an early lead at Denver, 7-0 there in the 2nd quarter. The Rams 14, the Jets 7. That's a 2nd quarter score. Washington leading Seattle up in the Kingdome, 14-10. They're in the 2nd quarter. And San Francisco, the 49ers have 2 touchdowns and are shutting out Atlanta. That game up at Candlestick Park up the coast, where it's probably a little cooler and a lot windier. 30 seconds to go, first half. 2nd down, 3. Jones and Logan to the far sideline. Adams to the right side, the give to Pruitt. And Pruitt banged across the 15-yard line. Gets another first down. Fox 48 on the tackle. No huddle. Clock running with 17, 16, 15 seconds. Sipe throws it away, stops the clock with 12 seconds remaining to be played.
That draw was a great play, actually, because San Diego has their pass-oriented people in there. They had the nickel defensive back in there. They were playing with 5 defensive back, expecting Cleveland to throw. It's a good time to try a draw and run the ball.
At halftime, NFL 83. Scores and highlights. We bring you up to date on all the activities on this, the 4th Sunday of the 1983 season. The activities here still have 12 seconds remaining, and the Browns have 1 timeout. Bob, what are your thoughts about this situation? Will he throw here? Doesn't want to give it up. Wants to make sure he has a chance of getting 3, but they're spread out like they want to throw.
Yeah, I think he will. He's going to put it up. Thanks.
And he throws, and it is a stop at the 1-yard line against Bobby Jones with 5 seconds left. Now a very big call is coming, because with 5 seconds left, they have the opportunity maybe to run 1 play for the touch, or will they settle for 3? A look again at this play.
Bobby Jones makes a fearless catch himself here. He knows he's going to get hit. He puts the ball down, grabs it with his hands the way we talked about earlier he should. He really makes a pretty good second effort to try and get in here, but at 175 pounds, it's tough to throw your weight around.
Well, as I said, the ball is inside the 1. A very interesting call coming up for Sam Rutigliano and his staff. Next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, NFL 83 starts today. A special visit with the Raiders' sensational running back, Marcus Allen. He's something special. Then it's a doubleheader. Most of you will see Allen's Raiders in the nation's capital against John Riggins and the Redskins. In other games, the Seahawks against the Browns, Houston at Pittsburgh, Denver at Chicago, Baltimore at Cincinnati, plus a couple of late games, Miami at New Orleans, San Diego at the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. Check your local listings for the games and the times in your area. Adams, number 80. Willis, who's been injured much of his career. Well, here they come. Double tight end arrangement. Davis and Pruitt in the backfield. No timeouts left, 5 seconds. And bootlegging it back and throwing, and incomplete. Sipe bootlegged it to the near sideline, tried to get it off, and the man he was trying to go for, Ozzie Newsome, just couldn't quite release. That was a very interesting call, a very big call in this game. No score there.
And actually, Sipe is first and foremost going to run here. Lyndon King comes up, number 57 right there on the bottom of your screen, pressures him so he gets rid of it to Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie tries to make a great catch but can't do it one-handed.
San Diego to win this one today, but it's far from over.
Yeah, I think... Give everybody a bet.
The 25, the 30 break.